Hey guys, welcome to today's reading. This time we are going to be tuning into what they would say to you, what they want you to know, what they wish they could tell you. We're going to be getting into all of it, and today we have a selection of crystals for you to choose from. By the way, if you like how I read tarot and you want to access more of my readings, then just head on over to my Patreon. I just posted a reading all about what God wants you to focus on, and before that, about their late night thoughts about you. So that's a fun, spicy one. But as soon as you sign up, you'll get access to over 75 exclusive readings you'll only find on Patreon, and you'll also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube readings. They always get posted over on Patreon first. So if that sounds good to you and you are interested in signing up, then head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description. So if it's your first time watching my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you, and basically you're going to see which of these crystals is sticking out to you, calling your name, drawing your attention in towards it, and then as soon as you made up your mind, just scroll down to the timestamps in the comments and the description and jump right into your pile. I also want to mention that I do private readings on my website, briarrosetarot.com. So if you want my undivided attention and focus on a specific issue in your life, then head on over to my website. Link is in my description for that, and book a session with me. Again, it's briarrosetarot.com. Link in my description. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Now, if you need more time to decide, you can totally feel free to rewind, pause, and take as much time as you need, but we're going to go ahead and jump into pile one. Hey pile one, welcome to your reading. So you guys got Neckcaster, Preparations Come to Fruition, Root Girl, The Disowned Self, Straddling Worlds, and Garden of Venus. So the first message I'm intuitively picking up on is that this person may be intending to come back in the future. They may not be thinking of this as a connection that's fully over. We did get Neckcaster, Preparations Come to Fruition. So it's almost like I feel like this person may be biding their time in some way, or intending to circle back around. They may even be making changes in their life with the intention of having you come back or making things ready for you. So like if they felt like they weren't in their best physical condition and maybe they wanted to add muscle or, change something about their physical appearance, this person may be hitting the gym or doing things to, try to make themselves more visually appealing to you. Or maybe they didn't feel like they were in a good financial situation, and now this person is kind of like, ooh, let me try to get, more money or something. But I feel like it's almost like this person, they do have an intention of wanting to see you, wanting to be around you, but it almost feels like it's not ready yet. There's something that is holding it back when it comes to like a timeline, or like I said, a desire to see you, wanting to see you, but then also not wanting to see you, kind of feeling not ready for it. It's almost like, maybe you actually dream about running into your crush, but when you actually do and you have to talk to them and make eye contact, it's a different story. And I feel like this person, it's almost like they feel nervous around you is what I'm getting. I feel like they kind of don't know what to say. And also, I'm not feeling like this person, to be honest with you, they might not be a super deep thinker. And I feel like this person also has other things on their mind. I'm not going to lie. They may have to do with these things this person is trying to get in order in their life. It feels like they have a lot to deal with, a lot on their plate that is kind of occupying their mind. So I feel like in a way, some of that stuff is just a reality that they have to contend with, and it does occupy their mind. It's almost like they're not in a place where they can just fully have a relationship with you the way they may want to. Let me get into some tarot. We're gonna do a live shuffle. I was just feeling the chill vibe of a live shuffle today. So we want to know, what would pile one's person say to them? Oh my gosh, King of Cups reversed. That is perfect because, as I was saying, I don't feel like this person is very emotionally open, and it almost feels like they're blocking me a little bit. I almost feel like they would block themselves as well. Like they might tell themselves, oh, I don't feel that deeply about things, or like I don't really care, or it's not that deep, or anything like that. I feel like in a way this person, they have an easier time when it comes to pushing things off and acting like it doesn't bother them, that makes them feel a little bit better than admitting their feelings, even to themselves. But I am feeling like they felt like they were able to open up to you more than to anyone else. And I feel like for them, though, that connection you guys had or conversations, whatever it was, did mean a lot to them and kind of opened them up in a way that I don't feel like they were really expecting. Like, I feel like this may be the first time that this person has had those kinds of conversations, those kinds of feelings. It feels like it's not their normal MO where they wouldn't normally go that deep. So maybe there was something about you that kind of opened this up for this person and made them want to go there, made them want to talk to you about these things, or made them even want to like think about their feelings. Like maybe they're just someone that usually would completely push them off, completely push them down. They might not be someone who spends a lot of time thinking about how they feel. And I almost feel like because you're emotionally open, you made them feel safe being emotionally open and exploring parts of themselves they haven't before. And now that that's been awakened, I think it's a hard thing for them to walk away from. So even though I feel like normally they would maybe not go so deep, it's like there's a push-pull between them of like not wanting to kind of go there and not feeling super comfortable in the emotional realm, and then also really liking how that felt with you. Let's get into some more cards for pile number one. What would they say to pile one? Okay, the Sun card. That's really positive. The Hanged Man. So they may not know what to do right now. They may not know how to proceed. They may not know what action to take. They may be in a lot of inner conflict. You know, the Hanged Man is about seeing things differently. And the Eight of Swords backing that up so strongly. It's definitely an energy of like, what do I do now? And sometimes with the Eight of Swords, it's like not even wanting to see it clearly. You can see this woman is wearing a blindfold. So sometimes it's like you did put that blindfold on yourself, you know, and you're not wanting to take a look at all your options. And I almost feel like that's what this person, like, there is a strong aspect of this person running away a little bit or kind of stuffing their feelings down because it feels like it would be inconvenient for them somehow. There's something about this relationship that it feels like it goes against their expectations, or like I said, it's inconvenient. It's not what they were expecting, and I don't feel like it's something that they are 100% thrilled about, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like maybe I'm hearing something like, I wouldn't have dated someone like you, which I know is weird, but that's kind of what I'm hearing. Like, I feel like there's something about you that is different from what this person has dated in the past or the people they've been around in the past. And like when they would picture their future partner, it wouldn't necessarily be with someone like you. So whatever that means, however you're different, I feel like with this person, they're kind of torn because their facts and their logical brain is saying, you know, you need to get a partner like XYZ. And then their heart is pulling towards you. So it's a little bit of a clash between heart and head, you know, and I feel like for them, they kind of don't want to admit that they are feeling this way towards you because then they would have to do something about it. So instead, it's just like they kind of push it away a lot. Like, I feel like when thoughts of you might come up, they may very well stuff it down and kind of change the subject mentally and just try to like be like, okay, well, anyway, whatever. Let me turn on the TV, or you know what I mean? Let me turn on some music. Let me think of something else. Let me go do something. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the kind of person who just keeps themselves really busy to prevent themselves from having to like get deep and emotional and think things through and get lost in their thoughts. But yeah, I feel like with you, it's almost like you opened a window for them into like another life, and they've seen now a potential with you that I think that they didn't see before. They didn't, especially, I don't know, there's something about you. I keep getting subverting expectations, something different that they didn't ever expect. And for some reason, it's a big deal. Like, they keep bringing it up about, you know, I didn't think I would be with someone like them. I don't know why they're bringing this up repeatedly, but it feels like it's a big obstacle in their minds. Possibly they're afraid of the judgment of others. Possibly this is about acceptance from other people and like having to explain to someone that my partner is different in XYZ, or I don't know what this is, to be honest, but yeah, there's some kind of feeling of like, I don't even know if I want to go ahead with this because it is going to be a hit to my reputation, or it is going to shock people around me, or it is going to be like different from what people thought of me. And so, yeah, I don't know what this is going to be. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. But it feels like this person felt like there were certain expectations for them and they wanted to live up to those. It's not like they were like being rebellious, like, heck yeah, I'm going to date pile one and I'm going to shake things up and I'm going to prove to everyone that that doesn't matter. No, like I feel like they wanted to go along with the expectations. They were happy, you know, in that realm of like whatever box someone had for them, or whatever just they were expected to do, they were like down for that. But then I feel like they feel so drawn to you and they can't stay away from it. They can't pretend that they don't feel this way, even as much as they may try, because you are the sun and they are feeling drawn to you on that level. So I feel like the message I'm getting from them is like, it's not over, or like just kind of like they're still figuring things out. And there may be an element of free will. I mean, there always is an element of free will. So for some of them, their mind might not be made up in either direction. They may still be struggling with like, maybe I should just abandon this and go after what is more suitable for me and what people would expect more of me. And so that's still an option for them, and that's still a concern. It's not a decisive thing where they're like, oh, well, anyway, I used to think that and now I'm not and I'm over that. No, that's still something going through their mind. So it could go in the direction of them choosing to just kind of like not pursue this connection anymore and fully go back into what was expected of them. But they also, I feel like a lot of them are leaning towards like, I do want to pursue this thing with pile one because I haven't felt this spark with anyone else like I did with them. And I feel like that's something they keep going back to. Let's get into some more cards for pile one. Oh, that was too many. We just want one at a time. Spirit, one at a time for pile one. What is, oh my goodness, 6 of Cups. Wow. Yeah, they're definitely reminiscing. If it's been a while since you've seen this person, they are definitely reminiscing on your time together. And the 6 of Cups is such a beautiful energy. I'm hearing that line in my head from Taylor Swift, that's, and you tilt your head back laughing like a little kid, because there are 2 little kids on the 6 of Cups. And, you know, it's often that kind of relationship where you kind of feel like little kids together, which I know is weird to say, but you know how kids just have fun together and they can make fun out of anything. Like they could find a cardboard box and amuse themselves for 3 hours playing with the cardboard box. It can be that kind of relationship where you just like vibe together. You just love it. You just can like veg out on the couch watching TV and laughing and being goofy and just like talking about nothing together, you know? And it can be that instant connection where you immediately feel kind of comfortable with that person. The way 2 kids meet and next thing you know, they're best friends and they're like, you know, having a contest to see who can like, I don't know, who can like spit out food faster or something gross, you know, and you're like, what is wrong with these 2 children? But that's how a lot of kids are when they first meet, you know, they just kind of like have this level of intimacy with each other that I feel like we as adults, you know, we tend to be much more formal and we meet someone and we're like, hi, and we're on our best behavior. But little kids don't really do that. They just go right in all the way to like, you're my friend now. And I feel like you guys had that kind of connection and it meant a lot to this person. They really did feel like they could let down their walls with you and open up and let you in. And they are very attracted to you. I love that the King of Wands came out next to the Garden of Venus card. So if you had any doubt in your mind of how this person perceives you physically, they definitely see you as very attractive. They definitely are attracted to you. They definitely see you as extremely beautiful and also very like sexy attractive, not just beautiful, but like in a serene, polished way, but like sexy as well. This person is very, very attracted to you. And I feel like there's something about you too that's a bit of a challenge to them that they kind of like you're not easily won over, or you have a lot of things going on in your life or something. I don't know, but it feels like for them, I'm hearing You Keep Me Hanging On, that song by the Supremes, I think. like you keep them interested, you know, whereas they might have gotten bored with other people somehow. I want to get some song cards, of course, for pile number 1. Wouldn't be a love reading without my song cards. And I have my playlist up on Spotify. I've been meaning to add it to my description, but I'll try to link it in this video. I'll try to remember. So you can also search on Spotify for Briar Rose Tarot if you want to hear any of these songs. If you don't care, then it doesn't matter, but that's just an option. You to One by Rihanna. Okay. Wait for Me, Hall & Oates. I'm telling you, they definitely think that there's going to be a second chance between you guys. No One's Gonna Love You, Band of Horses, which is actually a really romantic song. I know that the title doesn't sound so great. Oh, this is this tricky non-song card that keeps sneaking in there. It's like from a different card pull thing. God Only Knows, the Beach Boys. But I'll you know what? I'll use this because for some reason I literally thought I had taken it out and now it's coming back again. Maybe it's supposed to be in here from a different part of the country / world. So maybe that applies for some of you guys. Maybe this is the obstacle in the way for some of you guys. Maybe it's a long distance relationship for someone. I don't know. So I'll just leave it in case it does. Or maybe this is the cultural difference that I was picking up on as the obstacle. I don't know. But since it keeps coming back, we'll leave it in. But anyway, the full lyric in the Band of Horses song is no one's gonna love you as much as I do. So it's actually romantic. It's not like a mean song. But yeah, I do feel like they felt like you guys had a unique connection on both sides. And there was a really unique understanding of each other and like intimacy level and level of conversation that I don't feel like this person easily finds with people. I feel like their connection with you just felt so different and so unique, and they felt like they could really open up to you in a way that, again, doesn't really happen very often for them. So yeah, I think that they're battling with this, especially the reality of the relationship, the reality of making things happen, the reality of what would have to take place for you guys to really reach union. Feels like for them, it would be hard to make that happen if you're already together with this person or something like that. Although if you are, I guess that this person just really cares about you and wants you to know that they do feel this level of connection and depth and understanding with you. But I am getting some sadness. So I would assume for most of you guys, this is like an ex-twin flame type situation. But yeah, I think for them, like the connection is there, the desire is there, but the reality, the needing to make it happen in the physical dimension with the realities of the world around us is where there's like a little obstacle or a little bit of a roadblock. The feeling is there, but okay, I can make this happen in the real world is missing. I want to get some more songs. And God Only Knows. I'm trying to remember the lyrics to God Only Knows because I'm not sure if it's the song by the Beach Boys. It's like, I think it's Wouldn't It Be Nice, where they're like, and wouldn't it be nice if we could wake up together and we wouldn't have to wait so long. I don't know, but that's what's coming to my mind is like, I feel like this person thinks about things like that. You know, wouldn't it be nice if we could be together, but is that an actual option? Like it would be lovely, but can it actually happen in the real world, in reality? I feel like that's what this person doesn't know. Then we got This Is What You Came For, Taylor Swift and Rihanna, the only two people who worked on that song. One other person may have tried to claim credit, but he's excluded. And then Closer, Tegan and Sarah. So This Is What You Came For, I love the lyric, and everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. And so this person may see you as someone who a lot of people admire. They may feel you're very like attractive and sexy and kind of like, okay, they have a lot of options. Why are they with me? Why are they wasting their time with me? You know, like, I don't even know if this, like, what's going on? This is crazy. This is someone who probably has all the options in the world. So you're telling me they want me? And I feel like this person has a hard time wrapping their head around that. They're kind of like skeptical. They're kind of like not sure why you actually like them. And I feel like in a way they go back and forth in their mind between like, do they really like me? Do they actually care that much? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head. Maybe it's just a fantasy. Maybe it's just something I imagined. Um, yeah, let me get into some of these cards. What would they say to pile number one? The Eagle King, the big picture, angelic help. Okay. The Winged Wise Ones, angelic help. Ooh, this person really wants angelic help. Angelic help, miraculous aid. So maybe they really want help from angels. There's a spiritual component to this connection because we got a lot of spiritual cards. So they may really feel your presence on the astral plane. And I'm hearing I've never experienced something like this before. So maybe they never felt drawn to someone on this level, or maybe they never felt like they couldn't stop thinking about someone before. I feel like this person is almost feeling like it would have to take an act of divine something for something to shift in this, you know, like maybe there would have to be some kind of crazy event or really lucky event to make things happen and to make things actually work. And I feel like this person is sad about that. You know, this almost feels like a missed opportunity for them. Like I feel like for them they do feel sad. They feel like it's a missed chance. And there's a sadness and there's a little bit of a regret. Like what could have been, what should have been, you know, kind of, I wish we'd had a chance. I'm hearing love it if we'd made it by the 1975. So yeah, I think there's that feeling of like, I'd love it if we could have had a shot, but we never really had a shot somehow. It feels like they feel the odds were stacked against you guys and that there was just no possibility. I want to get a couple cards from this deck for pile number one. Can you tell me about what's happening? What does pile number one's person want to say to pile number one? Every step counts and tell it like it is. Goal setting. So again, this person may have goals that they're trying to reach to be able to get into alignment with you and to make this a reality in life, and make it a possibility. I also feel like this person, you know, in a way they would like to talk to you and say things to you, but I also feel like there's a lot of holding back. There's a lot of curiosity about how you're feeling or not being aware of where exactly they stand with you. So I feel like deep down they do wonder, like, what does pile one think of me? What is pile one's opinion of me? Do they care? Are they interested in me? Are they thinking of me like I'm thinking of them? I feel like there's a Taylor Swift lyric like that, like in Style or something, where she's like, have you been, or maybe Wildest Dreams, some lyric like, have you been thinking about me the way I've been thinking about you? And I feel like that's kind of what this person would want. I also feel like when you guys actually get together and talk, like the honesty is on point. You guys are really able to be open and honest with each other. So there is a sense that they're kind of afraid to open up with you. But if you guys actually did get to have that conversation, it would flow, it would be easy, and they would feel comfortable talking about it. But I feel like for them, they're like, how can I even make an offer? How can I step forward towards this person when I don't even know what I'm doing and I'm not ready yet? We got goal setting, and I think that's a big thing for them, is like they don't want to, you know, bungle this up, and they also aren't even sure if they're capable of making things happen with you. They're not sure if they're capable of being like a good partner the way you would need. And I feel like they're kind of having to go through a little bit of the dark night of the soul and like unpack all the stuff they need to do and all the stuff they need to change, and kind of go through a Saturnian moment of realization and of honesty and of like, wow, I messed this up. I need to do this different. Yeah. They're kind of doing that Saturnian, like taking stock of your life thing. Let's get into some astrology dice for pile number one. What is pile number one's person feeling towards them, or what do they want to tell them? Okay, so we got Venus. We got the 12th house. and we got Virgo. So they may have placements in Libra or Taurus, Pisces, or Virgo. Or we'll also just interpret the meaning. So leading off with Venus, of course, that is love. That is, and I feel like this person would freak out to call it that. Like they would never want to be like, oh my God, I'm in love. They're just not, it's not their vibe to say something like that. They would not want to like, I don't feel like they're a super sappy person or a super emotionally tuned in person. Again, we got the King of Cups reversed for them. So I don't think there's someone that feels really comfortable pouring their heart out or getting sappy and emotional and mushy gushy. That's just not their vibe. But I do feel like they're feeling those things really strongly. And whether they voice it or not, or whether they're okay with that and they would admit it to themselves, that is how they're feeling. They see you as very beautiful and they love being around you. They think about you a lot. They think about you quite frequently and they feel this connection with you. We got the 12th house, and the 12th house is a house of kind of undoing. It is house of prisons, monasteries, convents, and it's not necessarily the most fun house. And I do feel like this person is almost like I said, dark night of the soul moment or sadness moment, or kind of like they're feeling kind of alone right now. Like they are really unpacking everything that went down and thinking about it and trying to process it, and kind of like their energy has pulled back a little bit, you know, like their energy is kind of being realigned. They are trying to get their energy right, but I feel like they may feel called to be in hermit mode right now, kind of like get away from everyone and not talk to anyone as they process it, as they go through it and think it through in their mind. And Pisces, the 12th house, Neptune, is also a spiritual connection. So like I've been saying, there's a strong spiritual current to this relationship. And I think you guys have a really deep connection on the astral plane. I feel like on the astral plane, they can definitely feel your energy. They definitely can feel close to you, and they feel your presence. Yeah, I'm hearing that song lyric that's like, I still feel you even now. Even another Taylor Swift song. Someone in my comments recently was like, I think you are a Swiftie. I don't know, maybe I am, because she comes up a lot in my readings, at least her lyrics. But who writes better love songs than Taylor? But yeah, I feel that lyric. I still feel you even now. That's coming through. And so I feel like this person, maybe it's the first time they've experienced that, but they do think of you a lot and they wonder what you're up to. I don't know if you're mysterious on social media or something, but I feel like they spend a lot of time being like, what is pile one doing? What are they up to? And then we have Virgo. And, you know, it makes sense, this kind of balance, because Virgo opposes Pisces on the astrological wheel. And I feel like they're torn between. That's actually a perfect example of kind of their feelings, like the feelings, which is like the Pisces, and the like divine, beautiful love connection where Venus is exalted in Pisces, and it's like very dreamy and mystical and spiritual and perfect. And then Pisces, and then Virgo, which is kind of like earthly concerns and like responsibilities and like nitpicking and being like, well, actually, well, yeah, it's nice that we're in love, but okay, so the mortgage is this amount and blah, 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 and like all the logistics, you know. And I feel like their mind is kind of concerned with the logistics. So like their heart is feeling the vibe, but then also there's all these other matters of like, okay, but how are we going to make this work? Or how could this happen? Or it just won't work for me. Like there's no way, I don't have this room in my life for this. So I feel like they go back and forth. They do feel torn about it. They do want to make it happen, but then also the reality of like, okay, but how will it happen? You know, how can I actually make this work in the real world, in reality? And I feel like that is definitely a big concern for them. So yeah, I think that's what I have for you guys, pile one. I hope it resonated. If it did, let me know down in the comments. Also, make sure to give this reading a thumbs up, hit the like button, subscribe, and if you want to see more of my content, head on over to my Patreon. I just posted a reading all about what God wants you to focus on, and before that, an 18+ late night, what are they thinking of you reading. And so what are their late night thoughts of you reading? And there are so many different readings over on Patreon, over 75 additional readings, and you will get access to all of them as soon as you sign up. 75 exclusive readings you'll only find on Patreon, and you get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube videos. So it's a double whammy. You get to watch my YouTube videos over there first, and you also get exclusive content. If that sounds good to you, then head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments in the description and join me over on Patreon. And if you would like to get a private session with me, you can get that at my website, briarrosetarot.com. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll see you again very soon in another reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey, Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So you guys got Spirit of Place, Sad Embrace, Rescue, and Strength. So there's some interesting messages coming through for you, Pile 2. We did get the Rescue card. This person may want to rescue you, or they may feel like you can rescue them. I almost feel like for a lot of you guys, I'm getting they want you to rescue them, or that the connection you guys had maybe took them out of a dark place, or they felt really understood by you for a really long time. I'm also getting a vibe with Spirit of Place that maybe there was something about how you guys connected, or where or when you connected, that was very specific, and it's almost like this person is not sure if you can replicate what you had in like a different stage. So it's kind of like how, I don't know, when you're at work and you're flirting with your coworker, and in a weird way it's like perfect because you're both under pressure and you both kind of like go to the coffee room to take a break and flirt with each other and get through the day. But then you're like, would this work in the real world if we had met on like Tinder? If we had met in a bar, we probably would never even liked each other. But because we met at work and we were both stressed out, it was this magic kind of situation that, you know, allowed things to unfold that way. And I feel like for them, they're like, can we, like, was it just about a place and a time and like a moment in time, and is that all it was, you know? So I feel like in a way this person, they are telling me they have a lot of problems. Maybe it's you who has a lot of problems. Someone has a lot of problems, and they're mentioning that I feel like for a lot of them, they don't feel like they're good enough for you, or they don't feel like they can handle it. I feel like this person sees you as so strong and so amazing, and there's this big sense of like, I don't deserve them, or I'm not good enough, or even like they're gonna see the real me and they're gonna run, you know, or they're not gonna like it. I feel like this person might even struggle from like low self-esteem or something. I feel like in a way they push people away first so they don't have to be rejected, because they're so convinced that they're unlovable and that no one's going to actually love them, that they're like, oh, let me keep everyone at arm's length, you know, and then I'm safe. Emotionally, I'll be safe because I'm not letting them in. And they don't realize that that keeps them alone and everything. So yeah, I think for them, it is really hard to like let down those walls and let someone fully in. It's not something they enjoy doing. It's not something they feel comfortable doing. So they tend to just push people away from the jump and kind of ruin or sabotage situations. Let me get some more cards for pile number 1. Let's get some tarot. Doing a little relaxed live shuffle vibe today. The moon. And the moon is a very sensitive energy. You know, the moon, of course, is the Cancer, the crab, although the moon card in tarot is ruled by Pisces. Another sensitive energy, a fish, which is both are vulnerable. So whether you're talking about the crab or the fish, they're both soft. You know, the crab has more of a shell on the outside that can protect it, but both of them are fundamentally soft as what they really are. And so I feel like for you guys, there's this sense of softness and this person needing to protect that about themselves, almost being afraid that if they do open up, that they're going to be stomped out, or they're going to be hurt, or, you know, they're going to be ruined, destroyed if they get rejected. I feel like they, you know, they do hold you in high esteem, and they admire your opinion. So if you were to be like, oh yeah, no, you're not my type, or I don't want to date you, I feel like this person would just be devastated, because they do, like I said, they do respect you. They do listen to your opinion in a way that they wouldn't with someone else. They probably could get over it if it was someone they didn't really care about and someone they didn't really admire. But when it comes to you and all your amazingness, I think it's very hard for them to process the idea that you would be like, oh no, 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 you're not my type, or you're not good enough for me. So I think this person just tends to like push it away, press it away, and just kind of run from it. Yeah, and also the moon can be a psychic connection. It is, like I said, ruled by Pisces in the tarot, and then of course in astrology the moon relates to Cancer. So both very psychic signs, and this can be that connection on the astral plane. This can be that, mental connection, this soul emotional connection, and feeling really drawn. It also can be someone acting a little crazy. So like I said, I feel like this person has been going through a lot. They may have had a lot of emotions. They may have had some negative emotions, and it can also be feeling overwrought by emotion, overrun with emotion. Let me get some more tarot cards for pile number 2. What would pile number 2's person say to them? The devil. Wow. And the devil can talk about bad habits. Like I said, I feel like this person's kind of down on themselves. The star reverse. Look how much major arcana we're getting too. Like their feelings are really strong. But with the devil, that is bad habits. It's feeling trapped, it's feeling stuck, it's not realizing your own power. And so yeah, I think this person, they may feel really tied down to certain like even negative habits that they have. Like if they always do something that's kind of compulsive and stupid, like drinking too much, or going and playing video games all day, or shopping too much, or running away from anything, being scared to confront life. I kind of associate with the devil card, because that's what I associate with addictions. Is it's a fear of dealing with life. It's a distraction from life. If we can like distract ourselves by drinking too much and being drunk all the time, or by hoarding and burying ourselves with piles of random goods, what it comes down to at the end of the day is a fear of like looking things straight in the eye and dealing with them. And I feel like in a way this person may have certain compulsions like that. I'm not saying that they're like a hoarder or something like that, but even minor level things can be that same behavior. Even if it's just like, oh my God, I don't want to deal with getting my heart broken, so I'm just going to go out and I'm going to go drink and I'm going to go have fun with my friends. And maybe you're not a full-blown addict, but you're still engaging in a running away type energy. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to sabotage this relationship and pretend it meant nothing to me and laugh with my friends about like, yeah, I just dumped Caitlin because I'm terrified of my feelings for Caitlin. So I'm just going to pretend that I don't care and I never did care. All those dumb, compulsive type stupid behaviors, to me, I associate with the devil card. Anything compulsive. That's kind of my personal association and how I've experienced it doing my readings. But yeah, I think with this person, it's like they might have to do a lot of work on themselves to make themselves capable and ready of fully being in a relationship. And I feel like that's very daunting for them. I don't feel like they feel the confidence to actually be able to deal with it. I don't feel like they trust themselves. And I feel like in a way you've uncovered something in them. You've uncovered feelings, and you brought out feelings that they really thought they'd buried, or they thought they weren't going to have to deal with. Like they thought they had buried it down deep and that they had a wall up and that no one was going to be able to access it. And that, that's that, and no one's getting through, and oh well. And so I feel like for them, it has been really hard to have those things kind of be pulled out and brought out, and to realize that maybe it's not so neat and tidy the way they tried to box it away and just file it away in the back of their minds. I feel like for them, you have brought out, it's kind of like, I think, a Saturnian moment. And Saturn is traditionally the planet associated with the devil. And Saturn, that energy is the hard energy, the tough energy, and it brings out a lot of our flaws. That's why people dread the Saturn return. But there's actually nothing to be afraid of with Saturn. And in fact, my favorite transit I've ever had in my life is a Saturn transit. Believe it or not, I know other astrologers are going to be like, you're crazy, but that's my honest belief. Why? Because Saturn actually highlights what we need to change. Other planets will make it easier for us, but we still have those dumb habits and predilections and compulsions and dysfunctional behaviors. And if you really welcome Saturn in, it will teach you, you have unhealed trauma here, and you have a habit of doing this, and that's really dysfunctional, and it screwed up your life. And it's a painful moment, but it's the only way we can realize that it's broken. It's kind of like if you could imagine driving around a kind of rundown car, and it's always making noises, but technically it still runs. And then when we finally take it into the mechanic, Saturn is kind of that mechanic that'll be like, hey, listen, that's broken, that's broken, that's broken, that's broken, and it's going to cost you like X amount of dollars, thousands of dollars, and it's not a happy moment. And you're like, oh my God. But the great thing is, if you can fix it up, you get to leave and your car's going to work, and you're going to feel so much better about driving it around now that you know it was actually fixed. And I feel like this person, they're just not at the stage of maturity where they can be okay with that. It's almost like you've brought out, you've purged. This is such a weird, this is such a weird thing that I'm seeing in my mind, and kind of gross. So PSA, like, if you're totally grossed out by like those popping zit videos. But okay, I am seeing in my mind the image of one of those zits that just got popped, and like a lot of pus or something inside oozes out, but instead of cleaning it off, they just leave it on the person's face. I know this is weird, but I feel like Spirit is telling me that it's almost like that's the equivalent of what happened, because you brought out something in them that they knew they needed to change in some way, or you brought out something in them, some deep emotion, and they were like, okay, I need to fix this in my life. And you purged that in a good way. It was a positive thing. But because this person is unwilling or unable to deal with it, it's just kind of stayed on their face, and they haven't actually cleaned it up and fixed it. And I feel like you brought it out for them because they do feel strongly about you, because for the first time in a while, someone was able to get past their defenses and really see who they were. And just like when, imagine you were meeting the Queen of England, you might feel pretty confident with your outfit that you're wearing right now in this moment. You'd probably be like, yeah, I love these pajamas, or I love these pairs of jeans, and yeah, this shirt has a couple mustard stains on it, but it's still cute. It kind of blends in with the yellow. But when you're gonna go meet the Queen of England, suddenly you're gonna be like, oh, these mustard stains, this is so embarrassing, and these jeans, they're like 2 years old, they're out of season. Like, you're gonna be, their jeans, they're so informal, you're going to be looking at yourself critically. And I feel like there is something with that with you, like you seeing them to their core and them being like terrified of that. I do feel like this person is very drawn to you, very attracted to you. We got the Page of Wands. I almost feel like this person may feel more comfortable keeping it on a Page of Wands level. Page of Wands tends to be not as serious. It can even be a player energy. It can be an energy of like Mr. Flirtatious, Mr. Smooth that's going around and talking to all the chicks. The Page of Wands, Page of Cups kind of have that in common. And so it can be an energy of someone that is like, oh no, I'm not even looking for something that deep. And I feel like that's how this person would dismiss it or play it off to themselves, kind of like, well, listen, like pile two's hot, and yeah, like we hung out a bit, but like honestly, it was just a hookup. Like, I feel like in a way that's how they would tell it to themselves or their friends, because they don't want to confront the feelings. And deep down, what is underpinning it is a feeling of lack of self-worth, a feeling like they aren't good enough. Let me get some more cards for pile number 2. What would pile number 2's person tell pile 2? What would pile 2's person tell pile 2? So we got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. What would pile 2's person tell pile 2? So with the Knight of Pentacles, this person could... Two of Cups, and it came out, it flipped around to be reversed. That's very interesting. The Knight of Pentacles could be someone who's like focusing more on earning money, focusing more on physical earthly reality things rather than being in their emotions. You know, I don't feel like this person feels super comfortable being in their emotions. And I feel like also there's a feeling of like, am I good enough for you? We got the star reverse, so they may feel like you're in a different league or you're out of their league in some way. You're better than them in some way, and they, you know, they don't know if they are good enough for you. With the Two of Cups reversed, they did feel a connection. They definitely felt that emotional connection. That's a very deep emotional connection, but it's blocked. It's reversed. And I feel like this person is blocking you from that. Like it's almost like they don't want to admit it. I'm hearing the word simp, so they may not want to seem like a simp. They may not want to seem, you know, like I feel like in a way they'd almost gaslight themselves, not just you or others, but themselves about it and be like, what? I didn't feel anything. No, I mean, it was just fun. And they would even tell themselves that. But deep down, they do think of you. And deep down, they do feel this connection. And it was rare. It's reminding me of the lyrics to Taylor Swift's All Too Well, the 10-minute version, where she says, like, I was there. I remember it all too well. Down the stairs, I was there. Whatever, I was there. I don't know all the lyrics, but she keeps repeating I was there, because it's almost like when that person you're dating or you dated or you were with, and then they try to gaslight you or say like, oh, it didn't matter. I don't know why that's like a common thing, I guess, enough that so many people relate to that song. But I feel like sometimes, yeah, it's easier to downplay, right, than to admit that we did feel something and that we were vulnerable and that it did matter to us. And so it's easier to pretend like, whatever, I mean, it was fun, yeah, but that's all it was. And I feel like that's what this person wants to do. They want to kind of keep it like compartmentalized. They want to pretend they feel more comfortable in that. They would feel very lame to get all emotional and sad. Let me get some song cards for pile number 2. And what would pile two's person, what do they want pile 2 to know? I was closing my eyes, so that's why I randomly pulled out like 3 at the same time. What does pile two's person want pile 2 to know? Love at first sight, Kylie Minogue. We got crying in public, chairlift. And then love at first sight, Kylie Minogue. Moi je joue, Brigitte Bardot. Okay. How deep is your love, the Bee Gees. What does pile two's person want pile 2 to know, spirits? Rosalind, Bon Iver, and St. Vincent's. And let's see, one more, Thinking of You, Frank Ocean. Okay. So a lot of deeper cards. This is why I'm kind of surprised. Like, I feel like this person does put up a facade a little bit of like, whatever, bro, it's not that serious, you know? And then deep down, it's like, okay. So the song cards, I love the song cards. They always kind of reveal the truth for some reason. I don't know why they work better for that. Maybe people feel more comfortable communicating sometimes via the kind of like oblique, like, I don't know, harder to interpret song cards in some way. But anyway, I feel like they revealed the truth on a lot of these people that want to play it cool. Yeah, so we got How Deep Is Your Love, the Bee Gees, Love at First Sight. I do feel like this person, you know, honestly, it's hard for them to be vulnerable. I feel like this person always had to be tough. They always had to be stoic. And I just feel like they probably don't even know the language of like therapy speak and emotions and depth and all of that. They'd probably find it like cringe, or if someone was gonna go there, you know how like sometimes, I don't know, maybe you'll be in a group like, and it's at a party or something, or people are drinking or whatever, and someone says something like way deep, and then maybe someone will be like, whoa, bro, what was that comment? And everyone laughs it off because it's like, whoa, bro, chill out. This is a party. Like, we don't need to go there. Or someone starts crying about their ex, and everyone's like, oh, wait a minute. Like, this was supposed to be a fun night out. Let's roll it back, you know? And I feel like that's almost the vibe. Like, this person feels the need to keep things light. They feel the need to keep things chill. So honestly, I feel like they're running from their emotions, even when it comes to themselves, even when it comes to what they're willing to admit to themselves. They wouldn't tell themselves that they do feel that deep with you. They would tell themselves that, like, yeah, pile two's hot, and yeah, I'm down for a hookup, but they wouldn't go there with admitting that they do like you and that they do have feelings for you, but they kind of prefer to keep it on like more of a shallow level. But if this is someone, I could see some of you guys like newly dating this person and picking this as like a beginning relationship thing. And if that's the case, I don't think it's like something to write off yet, especially if it's early, because I feel like this person, they do feel the pull to you. They feel magnetized towards you. I'm seeing a magnet in my mind, one of those like cartoon level magnets. And I feel like they are drawn, they are craving and kind of like tempted, but then there's also that part of themselves that shuts it down. But it's not to say that they're going to never be willing to open that door. I just feel like for right now, they're like, I want to keep things fun. It's reminding me of Moi Je Joue by Bridget Bardot, where, it's like a fun and lighthearted kind of song. It's kind of a fun South of France energy in the summer, kind of like playful, song. And I feel like that's where this person is like wanting to portray themselves. But then we have all these deeper songs like Roslyn and, Thinking of You, Crying in Public, where I think that proves that like actually deep down inside it's a lot deeper. Let's get into some of these cards for pile number 2. What does pile 2's person want to tell pile 2? The Hungry Ghost, obsession, scarcity consciousness, attachment. This person may be afraid of getting too attached. They may feel like they're the kind of person that once they start letting their feelings out, that it's going to be this endless well, this endless like need for you, this endless desire. We got the well watcher. And also the eyes of beauty, positive expectations, clarity. This one says wisdom, power of the divine. So I feel like they are afraid that they'll just be this endless like hole of need that's just, just unfillable. And I feel like they don't want you to be scared. They don't want you to run off. They don't want you to be turned off. And they don't want you especially to go around and like tell everyone like, oh my God, pile 2, they were so desperate. They were such a loser. They're such a simp. They may be afraid of being exposed on social media in some way. Like if they sent you a DM and they were like, hey, like, I really have feelings for you. Or maybe not even that. Maybe even something as casual as like, hey, can I see you Saturday night? Let's go on a date. I'll take you out. That you would be like, LOL, that's so funny, and leak it to everyone and just like make fun of them and respond and be really mean to them and leak it out to everyone, post it publicly on like Snapchat or something. And I feel like they have fears about that. I feel like they have fears of looking like a loser to everyone, and that matters a great deal to them, what other people think of them, their reputation. But again, we see the eyes of beauty. So again, they find you so beautiful, pile number 2. They are very, very, very drawn to you. And I also want to get some of these cards. So we want to know what pile 2's person is, what they would say to pile 2. What would they say to pile 2? What would they say to pile 2? Decluttering. We got on fire and then decluttering. Let's get one more card. Claim your energy. So on fire, decluttering, and claim your energy. I feel like this person, as much as they may try to repress it, they definitely have strong feelings for you. And I feel like they probably, if you do have social media, they probably look at it a bunch of times a day, or they like look at an old photo they may have taken of you that you didn't even realize they were taken. They may have snapped a picture of you as you were just like mid-conversation talking and you didn't notice, or something like that. And I feel like they would look at it like all the time to just like remember you. So in a way, it's like they're running from it, but there is this sense to them as well that like, okay, you keep looking at this person's page, or you keep coming back to them, or you keep thinking of them, and it's something that they kind of can't deny, even though they're gonna continue to try to deny it and run away from it. They, even to themselves, probably have to admit like, okay, you're kind of down bad because you keep looking at it, and that's not normal. Yeah, let me get some astro dice for pile number 2. What would pile two's person say to pile 2? So we got Saturn, the 10th house. Okay, double Saturn. And I'll spin that again because I just accidentally moved it as well. And I like to do that when we have doubles. So let's get one more energy. 7th house, Libra. Okay, so we have Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Libra coming through. So let's start out with Saturn since we got that twice. And it's funny because I was going on a rant about Saturn at the beginning of this reading. So love having that confirmation. Yeah, I feel like this has been a Saturnian event for them. And Saturn really will bring out your, lies and cope. Like I feel like Saturn and Pluto are the energies that it always, especially Pluto, but to a certain extent Saturn as well, they always remind me of like the moment on a talk show where they'll be like, and the lie detector test said, or and the birth and the baby daddy is, and the like, and the person will maybe have made up all these lies and said like that's none of it's true, but then the results come out and it's like, okay, we have the data and you were lying. And Saturn is kind of like those self lies we tell ourselves, like, no, I am fine in relationships. And then you get into a relationship with your soulmate and it brings out all the relationship flaws you had and all the bad attachment style you had and all the bad habits you have from, your childhood with your parents and whatever was happening there where you aren't the best in relationships. It brings it all out. And I feel like for them, this has been a Saturnian moment of realization and of realizing that they do need to make some changes and shift and adjust some things. Then we also have Sagittarius, which rules over the 9th house, and Jupiter. So the 9th house is the house of travel, higher education. It's also a very intellectual, philosophical energy. And it's also Jupiter, so it's luck, it's abundance. I feel like this person is focused on trying to like build something for themselves, get ahead a little bit. I also feel like they felt that they've learned a lot from you and you've been a little bit of a teacher for them. They have grown up through their relationship with you. Like you've taught them a lot in their life that they wouldn't have known otherwise about themselves and about the world, about all kinds of different things. I feel like this person is really grateful for that, even though they may not verbalize, they may not feel comfortable verbalizing about that. That's something that really intrigues them about you, this kind of connection you guys have. Sag is also an energy that's always kind of on to the next. They always have a million things going on. They like to keep themselves really busy. And that's an energy I pick up on with this person is I feel like they don't like to kind of let grass grow under their feet. They're very like, I want to have a million things happening and this is going on this weekend and let me go to this party and let me do that. So they, like I said, keep themselves distracted. Then we also have 7th house Libra, and 7th house in Libra is ruled by Venus. So it is a planet of love and it's a very gentle, very graceful energy, very well mannered. It's a diplomatic energy. I feel like that may be your energy, or it may just talk about the deep feelings this person does have for you with that Venus energy. The fact that they do feel strongly about you. They feel that love connection and they see you as very beautiful as well. So just more confirmation on how attractive they find you, which has come up a bunch this reading. But I think that's what I have for you, pile 2. I really hope it resonates. If it does, let me know down in the comments and make sure to give this reading a like, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, and make sure to go to my Patreon where I post all my additional readings. I just posted one all about what God wants you to focus on, and before that about their late night thoughts about you. So there's kind of a fun, spicy one, heavier one, but as soon as you sign up, you'll get access to over 75 exclusive readings, and you also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube readings as well. So they get posted over there first. You get to be the first to see them over on Patreon. If that sounds good to you, go to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments in the description and join me on Patreon. And if you would like to get a private session with me, you can get that at my website, briarrosetarot.com. Link is in my description for that as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll be back again very soon with another reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey pile three, welcome to your reading. So you guys got Metamorphosis, Wizard of Awareness, Stormfield, and Moonlight. So I am hearing right off the bat, I'm changing for you, or I changed for you. I feel like this person, they're being much more honest with their feelings than sometimes we get in these readings. Like they know how down bad they are for you. You know, they have confronted that. They are aware that they think of you a lot and all of that. And I do feel like this person is making strides or working towards being able to be in union with you. I feel like they have really worked on themselves or taken a look at themselves. This could even be someone some of you guys are in an active relationship with, because it feels like they have really tried at least to do the work and try to make certain improvements that they think you're going to be happy with. They've tried to become a better partner or more open, receptive for you to be able to make things happen and to be able to be in a really good partnership. So in a way, they're coming through to thank you for the lessons that you've taught them and for the changes that you have inspired them to make for themselves. I'm hearing I wanted to be good enough for you. So there's some kind of energy in them, maybe at first or at some level not thinking they were good enough for you, and really wanting to make themselves better and make themselves deserve the connection with you. I also feel like if this person has been in no contact or in a silence from you for a while, like they know that maybe they haven't given you, they know that maybe you're confused or you don't know what's going on, and they're coming through as like a little apologetic for that. But also they're like, I had to do this. And I also feel like there's a part of them that does really want to talk to you and really does want to reach out to you, but then they're kind of like I feel like I'm hearing once we start we won't stop, something like that. So it's almost like this person may have needed distance or have needed space. I don't know if they were the ones who asked for a break or asked for no contact for a while, or just kind of like put a wall up a little bit, but it feels like for them they were trying to, yeah, like create a little bit of distance or space between you guys. I feel like for them they have worked through a lot of stuff, and maybe that's their MO, is when things get stressful they kind of retreat back. They may not be the kind of person who is like, hey, let's talk through all the problems and work them through together. I almost feel like this person, they have a lot on their shoulders. Like I feel like this person takes their responsibilities really like strong. They hold them as very important. They definitely don't want to like promise things they can't deliver. I'm hearing your word is your bond or something like that. I can't think of the exact phrase. Yeah, your word is your bond. I think that's it. And so I feel like when they make a promise or they say they're going to do something, they really want to make sure they follow through. And I feel like that's, if they did seem to ghost or go silent or not communicate with you for a while, that may be because they were like, I don't think I'm ready and I need to fix this in my life, and I need some distance, I need some space. And I also feel like they tend to kind of retreat back into their cave rather than like open up to their partner. Like they don't want to trouble you with anything. They don't want to burden you with anything. They want to be able to be perfect for you. They want to be able to fix things for you. So I feel like when things aren't going right, they kind of run back and like hide away a little bit, you know? And that's kind of what was going on. Let's get into some more cards for pile number one. What does pile one, what would they, or excuse me, pile one, pile three, what is pile three's person wanting to say to pile three? What is pile three's person wanting to say to pile three? Two of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords reversed, okay. Two of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. Two of Wands and Two of Pentacles reversed. The Six of Pentacles. So with the Two of Wands and Two of Pentacles reversed, this person, you know, I'm hearing where there's a will, there's a way, but it's almost like they're saying it in like a bitter way. We also got the Five of Swords. So it's kind of like, I feel like this person was looking for a way, trying to figure out a way, but they may feel like there's no way forward, or they may have felt that way in the past. I feel like this person did have a lot on their plate in some way. They had a lot to deal with. And I feel like this person also, like, they hate having to disappoint anyone. They may have known that, what you guys had was really real and that you had feelings and all of that. And they didn't want to have to be the one who was like, hey, by the way, I'm leaving, and have some really hard conversation. So I feel like in a way, if this person did ghost or go no contact, that was why. That was what was going on, was like, I just don't want to have to tell them this. Like, I don't want to have to disappoint them. I don't want to have to ghost them. I don't want to have to go against them and just, yeah. So in a way, they may have taken like the cowardly route. But I feel like a lot of it was almost like they were trying to protect you. Like they were trying, I feel like deep down, this person doesn't feel good enough. This person doesn't feel like they can give you everything that you deserve. They think that you deserve the world, and they don't feel like they are the world. They don't feel like they are the knight in shining armor that you deserve. It's interesting because we didn't get any court cards like we did for all the other piles. There's always a king or a knight or a page, and you didn't get any of those. You got no court cards at all. And it's almost like because this person doesn't see them in that royal court, they don't see themselves as, a prince or a king or anything like that. They see themselves as kind of a mess. And we got the Six of Pentacles. So they may definitely perceive that power structure of you being better than them or them not being good enough for you. And I feel like in a way, this person felt like they had to earn things, or it's kind of like, let me hide away and try to improve and get things a little bit better. And then maybe once I fix things, I can come back to pile 3. But now I almost feel like for some of you guys, so much time has elapsed that they're like, I don't know if there's a connection to be made. I don't know if there's a connection to be had with pile 3. Like, the clock was ticking, and I almost feel like this person, I'm hearing it was better in theory. So it may have been better in their head, like kind of like, well, listen, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to ghost. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to explain the whole situation, and pile 3 will be fine with it. And then I'll know what to do once I have more time. And I feel like instead now they're in a place where they're like, how the F am I supposed to come back to pile 3? Like, they're going to be like, excuse me, go away. Who are you? Like, you ghosted me. So in a way, that has really backfired on this person. This idea that they could just take some time off and bounce and fix things. Now they're realizing, yeah, that didn't work so well. And I feel like they may beat themselves up with that. I also feel like this person they really didn't want to like hurt you. There was a fear that they would hurt you if they stayed around you. There was a fear that again, this person feels like they're not good enough. They feel like they don't deserve you, and they feel like it's almost like it's funny, they're very verbal. I don't know if this person's like a Virgo or a Gemini, but they keep saying little phrases in my mind. I keep hearing them, like the actual words. And what did they just say? Because I was just about to say it and then I lost it. Oh yeah, everything I touch turns to gold. But they're saying it sarcastically. I don't know if this person's very sarcastic, and they're meaning it the opposite. Like, everything I touch turns to gold, or I have the Midas touch, like as a joke. Like, imagine someone who's like house is falling down around them and saying, well, look at me, I have all the luck in the world. It's almost like meant to, drive home the opposite point and say, everything I touch gets ruined. So why would I mess with pile 3? I'm just going to ruin them. I'm just going to hurt them. And I feel like this person didn't really want to hurt you because they do see you as so special, so perfect, very sweet and vulnerable and loving. And they have no desire to be some kind of a hard lesson for you or break your heart in some way. And I feel like this person is like, I just need to be like left alone to do me. I'm hearing the song Renegade by Taylor Swift. And, that song's all about, I think, her ex-boyfriend being a renegade before he met her, and how he was a player and he would date around, and you can let down your walls around me. But I feel like this person kind of identifies with that. Like, I am this kind of lone wolf, or I am this kind of like, I'm not a relationship person. I'm not good at that. I wish I was. Now that I met you, I wish I was, but I'm not good at it. So I got to run away. I got to pull back because I don't want you to be hurt. I don't want you to, I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't deal with the fact that I had like really stomped on your heart in some way. And I can't help myself because I'm clumsy, and I'll stomp on your heart no matter what. So I do feel like this person would probably like to reach out to you. We did get the Ace of Swords. So they probably do have some desire to talk to you, to reach out, to be able to talk things out with you. But then again, I feel like they ask themselves, like, but what's the point? What's the point of doing it? Because, you know, nothing's going to come of it, and I'm not going to be able to be that partner. I am a mess. I'm a disaster. I can't make this work. I can't make things happen between us. I'm an idiot. You know, I feel like that's how this person feels. So it's kind of like, why even try? Why even go there? Why even attempt for it? Because it's going to be ruined anyway. I'm hearing that like TikTok song, that TikTok sound that's like, it was ruined when she bought it. And this person's talking about themselves. They're kind of funny. They definitely are giving me like sarcastic vibes. Okay, let's get some song cards. What do you want to say to pile 3 then, since you're so verbal and communicative and giving me Virgo, Gemini vibes? Endgame, Taylor Swift, Good Life, Kanye West, Something, The Beatles, and what do you want to say to pile 3? Use your time because your reading won't last forever, so make sure you're picking the right songs. So Happy I Could Die, Lady Gaga. We got Blue Ain't Your Color, Keith Urban. This person doesn't want you to be sad in the meantime. Ape, I can't say the rest of the song, Beyonce and Jay-Z. And Wildest Dreams, Taylor Swift. So, as I was saying, this person doesn't want to see you sad. They do not want you to sit around thinking about them and missing them and being like, you know, wasting your life or not living your life, hoping that they come back. And that's something that kind of bothers them, this idea that, you know, you would waste your time, because they see it as so valuable. They see you as so special and so amazing. And they're like, I definitely don't want to be that person that takes their opportunities away or takes their attention away, especially because they feel so undeserving of it. They don't feel like they are worth you, who they see as like amazing and so special and so beautiful. We got Something in the Way She Moves by the Beatles, and that song is like, something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. And it was written about Patty Boyd, which also Eric Clapton wrote a bunch of songs of. She's just this legendary muse, I guess. And the lyrics for Eric Clapton are like, you look wonderful tonight. And all these songs are about how beautiful she looks. So anyway, this person sees you as very, very beautiful. And also Wildest Dreams, you know, that lyric is like, you'll see me in hindsight, tangled up with you all night. And also, I think those are the lyrics about like, you know, her physical appearance and red lips and stuff. So I definitely feel like this person visually is very enchanted with you, sees you as very, very beautiful. And I feel like for them, they're like, why are you wasting your time thinking about me? And I feel like their higher self is kind of wanting to come through to let you know that this person's a little bit of a mess, a little bit of a disaster. They acknowledge it. They wish it was different, but it's not, you know? And so it's like, it is what it is. And you got to call a spade a spade. And at the end of the day, if they're not capable of it, if they're not emotionally mature enough, if they have an avoidant attachment or anxious attachment or whatever, then that's the situation. And think of how much money you'd have to pay a therapist to like cure someone of avoidant attachment. Even then, it may not be possible. They'd have to be committed, and they'd have to be going in like once a week, paying like $150 each session, and, you know, going in for months and years at a time on a weekly basis with a trained licensed professional who got a special degree on this and studied it for years. And even then they may not be able to cure it. So how can we expect to cure someone who has any kind of like relationship issue? And that's why sometimes it's hard dealing with that. Sometimes it's hard admitting that like, okay, this isn't going to work, or I see this connection, I see the potential, I see what we could be, what we should be, but if it's not possible, then it's not possible. And I kind of feel like this person is saying like, don't waste your time with me, you know, because I am a disaster. I'm a mess. I'm
I've got a million things. Like I feel like this person's also preoccupied kind of with like other stuff. Like I don't know what it is, but it feels like they have a lot on their chest. They are coming through as well to thank you for seeing the good in them, because I feel like you saw the good in them in a way that like no one else did. You were able to see through the facade or the kind of like tough vibe they put up or the way they would push others away, and you were able to really see them for who they are, see the potential, see the beauty in them. But I also feel like their message to you is kind of like, you've got to let me go because I'm not good enough for you. And, it's reminding me of that Maya Angelou quote that's like, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. So when someone is like, I'm not good enough for you, don't be like, no, you are. Be like, oh, really? Okay. Okay. Okay, I hear what you're saying, because they're saying that for a reason. Maybe they don't know what it is yet. Maybe it's just something they unconsciously come out with and they just say it randomly, but there's like truth to it. I always say this about Pisces Mercury. Mercury is debilitated in Pisces. So I have a bunch of Pisces Mercuries in my life, and I always think it's funny because I can see why Mercury's debilitated there, because sometimes they will kind of like talk about random stuff and sometimes it doesn't even make sense. Like they'll be talking about something and you're like, uh-huh, like what is the point of this? But if you let them talk, almost always they drop some unconscious gem of knowledge. They're never trying to. It's very unconscious. Pisces energy is very unconscious in general. So it's usually not something they're like, oh, let me hit you with this psychic vision. But they'll say something and then you're like, oh my God. And then it ends up being the most deep psychic true thing that you ever heard. And it ends up coming true. I remember my close friend who's a Pisces Mercury, she had told me about a city I was moving to, and she was like, I just know you're not going to like it there. And I was like, what? I was like, of course I'm going to like it there. And I thought she was totally crazy, and she was completely right. And everything she said about it happened exactly like that. And she is not someone who considers herself a psychic. She was not she was not pulling tarot cards. She was just speaking. But that's how Pisces Mercury is. And that's what I mean is like sometimes the things people say unconsciously or carelessly, or they're just like, hey, like blah blah blah, don't date me, I'm not good enough for you. Listen to it, because they may be coming from a deep well of wisdom that you're not even tuned into and you don't know. So listen and pay attention to it. Let me get into some of these cards for pile number 3. What would pile 3's person say to pile 3? What would pile 3's person say to pile 3? The High Lord of Gratitude and Service, selflessness, humility, conscious action. I feel like with this person, one thing I'm hearing in my mind, and I love how verbal this person is, they are really easy to read. So thank you to this person. I don't know what placements they have, strong Mercury or Gemini, Venus, Virgo, I don't know, but they are just talking a mile a minute and I love it. So what they're saying to me in my mind now is like, you are so good in love. We got the High Lord of Gratitude and Service, and I kind of feel like that's your energy. Like you are such a giver. You're so beautiful. You are the kind of person that people dream of having as a partner. You're so generous. You're so selfless in love. You are so like Venus and Pisces energy, where it's exalted. Pisces is a sign of service, and so Venus is exalted there because it's very selfless and merges into the other person, and that's how you love. You're a very generous of spirit type of person. You see the best in your partner, and that is a beautiful thing. It's not for you to feel bad about that or be like, oh, I'm such an idiot, but I feel like their higher self is saying for you to direct this towards someone who is going to appreciate it, who's going to deserve it, and someone also who can make this happen for you in the physical, because it's not enough for them to like, yeah, I have all these feelings back and I do care about you. It's like, okay, great. But like, at the end of the day, you want someone you can make coffee with, right? You want someone you can curl up next to in bed and smell their hair when they wake up in the morning. I hope that doesn't sound creepy, but whatever. You want someone who you can get excited when they walk through the door and that you can like watch cheesy movies with and curl up next to on the couch. You don't want someone that it's just purely a connection on the astral plane and yes, I know you love me, but I never actually get to see you. Like that, that's why we come to this earth, is to experience those earthly things, the earthly connection. And so I feel like for you, you probably want that, and that's okay. And I just think this is your reminder from this person that like you do deserve that, and this person like wishes they could give that to you, but they're also maybe just not capable of it, and that's that is what it is. And I think for you, this is maybe about understanding that this person, and I'm hearing a song that's like, I didn't mean to hurt you. Oh yeah, I think it's by The Sounds. This is like a song. Yeah, I think it's The Sounds. I don't know if anyone else listens to The Sounds. They're like this Swedish band, but anyway, a really good band. But they said, it's the song lyric, I can't even remember the song, that's like, I didn't mean to hurt you, don't want to F with your feelings. It's just a matter of trust for us. Anyway, and they just sing that over and over. So I feel like for you guys, this is like, this person wasn't trying to do it. They weren't trying to hurt you. They weren't trying to F with your feelings. But I feel like in a way it was like too much for them, you know? It was just too much for them to live up to, too much for them to reciprocate, because you are such a giver. You are so amazing in love. And I feel like this person just is, they've got a lot on their plate. They may not be capable of giving you everything that you deserve, but you do deserve so much. You do deserve so much. And you deserve someone who's really gonna take care of you and reciprocate and look after you and just give you the kind of beautiful love back that you give to others. So yeah, I think this person is just coming through to say like, I wish it could have been me, but it's maybe not. I'm hearing that song from Taylor that's like, goodbye, bigger than the whole sky. You were goodbye, you were bigger than the whole sky. And I feel like this person is sad about it, but they're also kind of on their own journey, their own path. They're kind of doing a full card tarot kind of thing, you know, and also the Two of Wands card kind of a thing, which we got, and the Two of Pentacles kind of a thing of like planning their life out and doing this journey and like into the unknown. And I feel like they don't know where they're going to go next, but they just can't be settled right now. I'm hearing Like a Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan. So yeah, I think this person is, at least they're very aware of their limitations. We'll say that. We'll say something positive about them. You know, we'll try to figure out a positive statement about it. They're aware of their limitations. Okay, let's get some more cards. Hidden in plain sight. Okay. And the best of you. And endless serendipity. Okay, so yeah, I feel like this person, you know, in a way they're kind of hiding away. They may look at your social media and then act like they're not doing it. They may like not like your posts or something, but they're secretly looking, they're secretly lurking. I feel like for them, they can see that in a way they have a little disbelief. Like they're like, wait, pile number 3 is so out of my league. Like, why is pile 3 even thinking of me? What is pile 3 doing? And I'm not gonna lie, I could see some of the people in this pile being a little bit of a game player and being someone that like kind of like gets a kick out of being like, yeah, pile 3 was like obsessed with me. It's not crazy. Like they were so into me, but I had to let them down easy. I'm not saying that's the case for all of them, but I just think, you know, I feel like pile 3, you guys deserve someone who's going to claim you openly and step up to the plate. And I'm not saying all of them are game players, but whatever they're doing, it doesn't seem super compatible with like a deep relationship. It feels like they just have other things on their plate. They have other things they're trying to focus or accomplish. And they're not going to be that great ideal candidate for like merging and having a beautiful relationship and a merging of souls. So yeah, I feel like this person may lurk. They may not want you to know how much they reciprocate things. They may feel more comfortable with a partner that's the one who's really into them and kind of down bad, and then they like get to be the one who's like, well, I mean, I kind of like him back, and kind of like be the powerful one. So either way, it's not giving the vibe of someone that is like super capable of deep love and so romantic. Yeah, let me get some astrology dice for pile number 3. So we got the sun, Sagittarius in the 9th house. Why am I not surprised? We got double Sagittarius. Wow. Let's get one more sign. Pisces. 2 Jupiter ruled signs. 2 very non-committal signs as well. 2 kind of player signs, or non-committal, commitment phobic signs, should we say. So yeah, not surprised. We got both of the Jupiter rule signs, and then we also got Leo. So let's start with Leo. Leo is the only non-mutable here. It's a fixed sign. And we got the sun, which is all about shining brightly. I feel like this person, the sun is about the self. And I feel like this person is a little focused on themselves right now. They're a little bit focused on their own journey, on their own path, on their own what they need to do. And again, it's not necessarily a bad thing or like an evil thing, but when it comes to a relationship, are they capable of having that really deep, beautiful relationship that you probably want and you probably would hope and expect from them? No, I don't think so. So going into it, at least knowing that and being able to anticipate that and say whether you want that or not, I think is going to be really important. And knowing that this person is going to be using a lot of their energy to just continue focusing on themselves. Then we have Pisces and Sagittarius. Again, both are Jupiter ruled signs. Jupiter loves to kind of explore and to learn and to kind of go into new places, and neither one is a super like it has to be you kind of energy. Both of them are mutable. Both of them are kind of like, yeah, it could be you, could be that person, down with that person too, maybe that person, like I'm open to this, I'm open to that. Sagittarius definitely is like a non-committal type of energy. It rules the ninth house of travel and exploration. So a lot of Sages, they love to travel and explore and learn and go new places, but they're not a super settled energy. They're not a like, I want that white picket fence and the house with the Labrador and I want that little minivan to transport the kids around. That's not really a Sag vibe. I'm not saying Sages aren't capable of that. Of course, also you want to look at someone's whole chart, but Sagittarius energy is about exploring and trying the new and the different, and I kind of feel like that's the energy this person is in. And then we have Pisces, and Pisces is kind of similar to that, although in water. Pisces, though, isn't all about finding the one person. It's kind of more open and, like explorative and, so I don't know. It's just when it comes to like a monogamous love thing, it's not giving the vibe of someone that's like really wanting to settle down with all this energy. But however, Pisces is where Venus exalts. So when a Pisces really does love someone, they are capable of deep love and acceptance, the deepest love and acceptance. So I feel like that's kind of you. You've given this person a kind of Piscean love that's so accepting of their flaws and so accepting of all their bad sides. And I feel like, again, this person's higher self is coming through just to say that you are worthy of having that same love reciprocated, and you are worthy of directing this love towards someone who can truly receive it and focus it back on you. So don't settle or waste your time, to be honest, thinking about this person. Maybe their higher self is calling them out a little bit. But yeah, I think that's what I have for you. Pile number 3. I really hope it resonates. If it does, let me know down in the comments, and make sure to give this reading a thumbs up, hit the like button, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of my content, head to my Patreon. I just posted a reading all about what God wants you to focus on. And before that, a late night, what are they thinking of you late at night reading. So there's a spicy one, a deeper one, but as soon as you sign up, you'll get access to over 75 exclusive readings you'll only get on Patreon. And you also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube videos as well. You get to watch them over there first. So if you want to sign up and join me over on Patreon, go to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description. And if you would like to get a private session with me, you can get that at my website, briarrosetarot.com. Link is in my description for that as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I am sending you so much love and light, and I'll be back again very soon with another reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey, pile 4. So welcome to your reading. You guys got Magical Map Shifter, Rock Bottom, Rescue, and Home. So I feel like this person, they feel a powerful draw towards you. Like as soon as they met you, they may have felt like they were coming home, or they may have felt an old soulmate, twin flame, ex, I knew you in a past life type of energy, like coming back to someone, or opening a book for the second time and you read it the first time and you loved it and coming back to it. Or if you've ever been to a place and had that feeling of like, I've been here before, or kind of like, this is a weird example, but if you had a childhood home and then you come back to it as an adult, maybe your parents sold it or they moved somewhere else, and then you see it as an adult and you're like, oh my God, I know that place. And that's the corner I used to sit in and read. And that's, the garden I would play in. And it's almost like that feeling that this person has of like, I'm hearing same, but different. So I feel like, they can see that you're different in this lifetime, but there was an immediate knowing, there was an immediate draw, there was an immediate connection that you guys had right off the bat that was really strong, really powerful. And I feel like this person, I'm not gonna lie, what's coming through is a little jealousy at the idea of you being with others, the idea of you knowing others. I feel like in a way this person, either they're currently still a little shy with you, or maybe when you first met them, they were kind of shy and they didn't fully tell you their feelings or their intentions towards you. Maybe they could play it off a little or act like, yeah, I like you, but it's not that deep. But I feel like they were kind of shy to step forward, or they may have even been shy to talk to you at first. I feel like they kind of didn't want you to know. Maybe they thought you would think they were crazy if they were like, hey, well, as soon as I met you, I fell in love. You'd be like, restraining order or something. So maybe that's why, but I feel like the draw towards you was really, really strong. And in a way, like awakened things for them. It may have really changed their life. We got magical map shifter. So it may have been a life-changing thing that really changed their destiny. You know how sometimes maybe you had never thought of something before, but you come across it for the first time and you love it, and it suddenly changes your idea of what you want for yourself. Like maybe you had thought you were going to go into accounting, but your friend takes you along for her internship at a fashion magazine, and you're like, oh my God, I always loved fashion. And wait, you're telling me I could work at this? And then you decide to completely leave accounting and do fashion. Like it's giving that vibe of, wow, I didn't know this was an option, or I didn't know I could feel like this. And maybe there were certain things you talked about or told them or y'all spoke about together that has really stayed with this person and made them like pivot in some way or changed their life in some kind of a way. I feel like they also felt very seen by you. I feel like they felt like they could be open and vulnerable in a way with you that they didn't really feel like they could with anyone else. So I wouldn't be surprised if people who are still in relationships actually picked this pile for, like people who are in a relationship with this person. It's not an ex or a no contact situation, but you just want that confirmation of how they feel about you. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those picked this pile, because it does feel like I could see this being functional couples that are still together, some of them. Yeah, let's get into some tarot. I'm going to do a live shuffle today. I just was feeling the vibe of that for kind of a more relaxed reading. So let's get some cards for pile number 4. How is this person feeling? Wow, 10 of Pentacles. So they see you as a prize. They see you as like jackpot, you know what I mean? A treasure. Oh my gosh, 2 of Cups upright. I'm telling you, they definitely feel strongly for you. And we got the 3 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups can have a lot of meanings, but one thing I see it come through as well as like possibly it can feel like a friend. It can be that connection that's like a friend connection. That's like a good vibe, and it's not to say this person only sees you as a friend, because then we got the 2 of Cups, which is more of a deep emotional connection. But the 3 of Cups can be like that person you just have fun with, you enjoy, you laugh together, you can go out and drink together and have a grand old time and just make the best of it. And it's fun, it is relaxed and lighthearted and easy, and the conversation just flows and you feel comfortable around them. So it is that kind of friendly, easy vibe. And then the 2 of Cups is also a deep emotional connection and can be a very romantic, very intense love connection. So we got both. We got the friend vibe, the love vibe, and I feel like that is such a solid foundation for a relationship. And like I said, the 10 of Pentacles can feel like, wow, I found what I was looking for. I found this person, and jackpot, here it is. This is what I wanted. Maybe they didn't even know they wanted it, but when they met you, it was like, wow. I do feel like if this person is not stepping forward to you, which I feel like a lot of them will have, but if they haven't or they're not doing that, it may be because this person is going through a lot. We did get the rescue card, the rock bottom card. So in their personal life and the rest of their life outside of their connection with you, they may be going through a lot of stuff, dealing with a lot, and they may have quite a lot on their plate. And it may be really hard for them to navigate dealing with everything and figuring everything out. So I feel like they're kind of asking for a little patience or understanding with that, and kind of trying to have some level of peace, I guess, or just kind of, I need to figure this out on my own. But yeah, I feel like for some of them, they have stepped forward or they are planning to step forward. Let's get some more cards for pile number 4. What would they say to pile 4? What would they say? So we got the 7 of Swords. Okay. What would they say? 5 of Cups reversed. Wow. Oh my God. The Lovers. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm glad that I did a live shuffle just so you can see that, like, I don't read the tarot cards before, and that, you know, there's no like sleight of hand happening. Wow, the Lovers and the 2 of Cups. This person feels really, really deeply for you. They feel really strongly, and they don't feel this kind of connection with anyone else. They do not feel, but with the 3 of Cups, maybe that was an issue in your relationship. Maybe you felt like they were talking to other people. Maybe you felt like they were, you know, playing the field a little bit, and that was something that bothered you, but they didn't feel that connection with anyone else the way they do with you. So don't get it twisted. Don't think that just because maybe they had other people around them or something, that doesn't mean that they actually were feeling anything. That doesn't mean that they were actually intensely considering these people as options. It could mean that they were just, you know, I don't know, in a flirty mood. Or sometimes you get into like a scene and everyone's kind of like flirty and open, you know, like when you're in college or when you're in the bar scene after school or whatever. It doesn't actually mean that you're actually taking those people seriously and thinking really of dating them. So that may have been what was going on, was just going out, flirting, talking to people, getting to know people. And maybe it wasn't really that deep. Maybe it wasn't actually something that this person was considering as like an actual partner or marriage or anything like that. So I wouldn't worry too much about it considering the other cards we're getting. But that may have been a little bit of a factor that affected things in your relationship. And if it did, I honestly would say, like, just know that this person's heart was with you. So even if they were talking to other people or even hooking up with other people, their thoughts definitely were with you first and foremost. I feel like this person, if there was any kind of situation like that, that may explain the 7 of Swords. Like there may be an apology that wants to come through about, like, if this person did seem to be talking to other people or hooking up with other people, they may want to apologize and just say, you know, that those people didn't really mean anything to them. And there may have even been an energy of like running away from their feelings by going after these other relationships or, you know, flirting with other people, of like, okay, let me kind of run away. Let me pretend like I don't really care, because this person may have been so overwhelmed by their own feelings. So I'm not saying that's the case for everyone. Of course, this is a general reading, so Spirit has to put in multiple messages to one reading. But if that's the case for some of you and that was an issue in the relationship, just know that it wasn't something that this person was seriously considering any of these other people, and the connection y'all have is so much deeper and on such a much stronger level than whatever they had with anyone else. Let's get some song cards for pile number 4. We want to get some song cards for pile 4. Okay, so this one says, "This is what you came for," Taylor Swift and Rihanna. And then One Track Mind, Chromeo. Wow. Always Be My Baby, Mariah Carey. Okay. Something, The Beatles. Style, Taylor Swift. Wow. I feel like a lot of these songs are about thinking of you, memories, that kind of a thing. And how special you are. I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. Yeah. Definitely strong feelings. The bright side, little peep, very strong feelings. So, yeah, I think that first of all, this person finds you so attractive. We got Something by the Beatles, which has the lyrics, something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. And then we got um, One Track Mind. No, wait. I was trying to focus on This Is What You Came For, because that one has the lyric that is, and everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. And so those are the two songs that really stick out to me about how this person sees you physically. Also, One Track Mind is very complimentary. And it's like, I got a one track mind and it's taking up all my time. And it's basically, and it's all on you. That's the lyric. And it's all on you. I got a one track mind and it's all on you. So this person is thinking of you a lot, but they also see you as very beautiful and they see you as someone that other people would see as beautiful. Other people are probably very much attracted to and drawn to. And then I feel like style has a lot of depictions of like physicality. You know, I'm not sure if that's the exact lyric, but that's the exact song with these lyrics. But isn't it the one where she's like, and I got that red lip, good girl, something you like, and then he's like James Dean, white t-shirt, and so there's a lot of depictions of like physicality in that song and like specific physical features, and I feel like this person is very drawn to you physically. And it may be that thing that happens with soulmates where sometimes it's like the exact kryptonite for someone, the exact person that they're going to be super drawn to. They kind of create a person who looks like that on the other side when they're like, ooh, who should these soulmates manifest as? Oh, let's create two bodies that both are going to be really drawn to the other one. So that may be what happened here, but I definitely feel like this person sees you as so attractive and they see you as really, really beautiful. And that is a big thing for them, is thinking back on your time together or how you looked, replaying those memories of different ways you would dress, different outfits, different, you know, appearances you had. I feel like is very important to them. And then we got Always Me, My Baby. So if time has passed, and I Will Always Love You, two songs with always in the title. So if a lot of time has passed, definitely don't worry, because the feelings are still just as strong. And I feel like this person has a very soft spot in their heart for you. They still think of you a lot. They still think of you really fondly and like you're really sweet to them. I feel like if they're coming through with a message, it would be a message just saying, like, first of all, they want you to know how beautiful that you are. They want you to see yourself as they see you, which is like perfect. It's reminding me of that scene in Love Actually, where they hold up the sign that says, "To me, you're perfect." And I feel like with this person, they are basically, you know, it's kind of like you can do no wrong in their eyes, or you just are so special that it's like, if you ever feel low self-esteem or you ever doubt yourself, that's something that this person really hates. That's something that really bothers this person, because they just see you as incredible and they feel such a sense of potential with you. Because I feel like also conversation with you would flow really easily and would just, you know, just go back and forth and just be fantastic. So there's a really strong sense of, you know, I can't believe that if you guys aren't together, I feel like there's a little bit of a sense of, I can't believe I don't get to talk to them every day. I can't believe that this person that I felt so close to, and I used to like, just, I felt like I knew them like at the back of my hand, and now we don't talk. I'm hearing We Don't Talk Anymore by Charlie Puth. So yeah, I think that that's something that kind of this person can't get their head around still. Let's get some of these cards for pile number 4. How does pile number 4's person, what would they say to pile number 4? The Dream Walker, dreams, the collective good, illusions. The Dragon's Duel, inner conflict, morality, conscious choice. The Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. So this person may have felt very conflicted, especially if they did not step forward towards you, not be honest with you about their feelings, not come to you and really approach you and, you know, come at you with a strong romantic offer. They may really feel very torn about that, and they may have been in conflict even in the moment of like, Am I doing the right thing? Have I made a huge mistake? Maybe I should call them. And that may have been something they felt very push-pulled between for a really long time of like, what am I doing? You know, maybe I'm making a huge mistake. Maybe I should text them right now. And that may be something that even still to this day, kind of like they go back and forth about. I also feel like with the dream walker, they may feel like you guys visit each other in dreams and like you guys have this connection up on the astral plane that is really strong and really pervasive. And that when they're sleeping or when they're going to sleep at the end of the night, that they dream of you, that they think of you, that they have a lot of thoughts about you. And that may be something that kind of they can feel. You know, I'm hearing that lyric from Marjorie by Taylor Swift that's like, and I still feel you all around. So I think for them, it's like, if there was that instant connection, it still hasn't died off. It still hasn't gone away. Even if you guys aren't talking in the physical, they still feel the connection with you spiritually, astral, plane wise. They still feel it just as strong. And I feel like also if they watch like a romantic movie or they read romantic poetry or a romance book or whatever, their thoughts would go towards you. It's feeling like, I just heard in my mind though, it can't work. So for those of you guys who are in separation with this person, because I am feeling like this may be my pile that a lot of people get who are in a relationship with this person. But if you are in separation from this person, it may be that they are feeling like it can't work or there's no way for it to happen in the actual reality, in actual life. You know, like, yeah, things are good on the astral plane and we think of each other on the astral plane and those feelings are real. But when it comes to actually making it happen in physical reality and a day-to-day life that has jobs and taxes and bills and car payments, that it's not actually going to be able to happen. I feel like this person like looks back wistfully. If you are in separation with this person, they look back with a lot of fondness, wistfulness, and sadness for whatever past. I feel like this person also felt like they grew a lot through the relationship. They gained a lot mentally. They learned a lot from it. So there's a little bit of sadness with like, you know, I can't believe I learned so much from this person and I gained so much and I benefited so much from pile 4, but that we're not actually getting to be together. Like, what is this? How is this? How is this what's happening? How is this how it's going to end, you know? But I also feel like this person doesn't feel capable of stepping towards someone else. Or stepping to you. There's also possibly an energy I'm getting for some of you guys of someone else on your side. So that could be another interpretation of the 3 of Cups. Lots of other third parties, but I don't know if there's someone else on your side that this person is bringing up and saying maybe you are talking to someone else or that you have someone else and this person's a little jealous of it, or this person is bothered slightly by the idea of you being with someone else and they're kind of coming through a little angrily with that. I'm not gonna lie. They're suddenly getting a little feisty about it. And they're like, yeah, no, they're seeing someone else. They're talking to this other guy, this loser or whatever. It's kind of that vibe, like a little mad, you know, a little angry about it and not really supportive at all, to put it mildly. So I feel like in a way they're kind of like, they just said it takes 2 to tango. So I don't know, they may be blaming you as well. Like if they did talk to someone else, maybe they felt rejected by you first and that's why they went with someone else. I'm not sure, but it's funny, like suddenly they just came through with like a little bit of madness or feistiness, I should say, anger a little bit. I feel like they're saying, listen, pile number 4 does what they want anyway, kind of a thing. Like they're not, trust me, they're not pining away sad for me. Like, listen, Briar, don't feel bad for them because they're the player, not me. I don't know who this applies to or what, but yeah, I feel like that's, maybe they go back and forth. Maybe on one hand, they feel guilty, they feel sad. We got the 5 of Cups reversed. That's a sad energy. It's an energy of not being able to move on, being very upset with that, being upset with the past. And then maybe sometimes they get angry and they're like, they did this, it wasn't me. I don't know, but let's get into some more cards for pile number 4. What would pile number 4's person say to pile 4? We got connect with nature. This one is 0 F's given. Okay. There's always a way, and crystal clear. I feel like this person feels like their connection with you on the astral plane is crystal clear. Like they can really feel like you guys have a direct channel to each other, and you guys can just feel the connection really strong, and you can feel their presence with you. You can sense them around you. You can sense when they're thinking of you, and vice versa. And I also feel like when you guys are together, the connection just flows really easy. It's a clear connection. It's an easy connection. It's like you just you guys might be able to talk about things, and just like the conversation just flows so easily. I also feel like this person sees you as a little bit of a, I'm hearing rolling stone, and that connection, or that phrase just means, it's from the phrase, a rolling stone gathers no moss. So basically meaning when you keep moving, you're not going to like hold on to relationships. So basically it's kind of like a, I don't know, 1960s Bob Dylan way of saying a player, or non-committal. So I feel like they're kind of accusing you of being that way. Maybe they see you as you don't give an F about them. You don't care. You know, you're not sitting home pining for them. I feel like, I don't know if y'all actually felt this way, or you were acting this way, or this is just your vibe, that you were like, oh really, you don't want to talk to me, okay, bet, cool. But they're saying you, like, you didn't care about them or something, or like you didn't show any sadness. And I feel like that bothered this person. Like they did want to see you kind of suffer a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, they did want to see you kind of crying at home. They did want to see you, like, I feel like in a way they are left feeling like they were the only one feeling this way, that you didn't really feel anything as deep as they did. So on one hand, this person feels kind of foolish. Like, I thought I had met my soulmate, and meanwhile, Pile 4 was just playing around. They didn't have any of those feelings. They didn't care about me. I thought that they were the most amazing person I'd ever met in my life, and they considered me like a maybe option. They're okay, kind of a vibe. So I think their heart is a little hurt by that. And this is where I think they kind of sometimes get mad. They go back and forth between like adoration and kind of like, they tricked me. They deceived me. It's reminding me of that phrase, there's a thin line between love and hate, or the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. And so I feel like this person feels very hot and cold with you. Like sometimes they're very lovey-dovey, and in their mind they're like, I messed things up, I'm such an idiot, it's totally my fault. And then sometimes they're like, screw Pile 4. Pile 4 did all of this. You know, Pile 4 played me. They lied to me, and blah, blah, blah. And so I feel like they go back and forth in their minds, between how they think of you, and between whether they're feeling nice towards you or mad towards you. But it's really an indicator of how deep their emotions are, that they are feeling that way in either direction, whether it's the anger or whether it's the love towards you. Either way, they clearly do have very strong feelings. And it's not just a normal, like, yeah, they were cute, they were hot, whatever. And there is always a way. So they may think that there's a possibility for you guys to get back together in the future. And they may feel like if there can be a little bit of time, to bide time and kind of wait, and that you guys may end up connecting again. So let's get some more cards for pile number 4. Or some astro dice, I should say. Saturn, the first house, aka Aries, and Libra. Interesting because we have the opposition on the astrological wheel. Always interesting when that happens. So let's start out with Saturn. So Saturn is a planet of hardship, hard lessons. And I definitely feel like this person felt like they learned some hard lessons from the connection with you. They definitely feel like they had some growth that happened as a result of the connection with you. And Capricorn is also a very diligent, hardworking type of energy, very responsibility based. And I feel like in a way, this person, I'm hearing, I would have done that for you. I would have given you the whole sky, is what this person is saying in my mind. I don't know why, but that's what I'm hearing. I would have done so much for you. I would have given you everything. And I feel like in a way, this person felt very devoted. When they met you, they may have started making plans for the future and thinking about something long term, and thinking about like, okay, so like I really like pile 4. Pile 4 is going to be my girlfriend, and I'm going to try to save up some money so I can take her on a nice date. And then there was something that happened. They felt rejected by you, or they felt like you weren't really as serious about them, and then they felt foolish and backtracked and pulled their energy back. But I almost feel like that was a vibe around this, was like, I was down to commit. I was actually interested in that. I was gonna be there for you, but you're the one who said no, kind of vibe. We also got the first house Aries, and I kind of feel like that's your energy. And it's so perfect that we have the clash between Libra and Aries, because the 7th house and the first house, the house of relationships versus the house of the self. The Libra, the sign of compromise, relationships, lovey-dovey vibes, and Aries, war, the ram, the soldier, the individualist. So, there is that clash. I almost feel like they would have been the Libra and you would have been the Aries. Maybe someone has some Libra placements, especially Mars, Venus, and someone has some Aries placements, especially Mars, Venus, but could be Sun, Moon, Rising, any of the signs. But, there's a clash between like, I was going to compromise for you and I would have given you everything. And I was like devoted. I was all in. Like I was 100% in, and you rejected me. So don't get it twisted. I kind of feel like they felt like you were that Aries individualist energy, because when an Aries is in their full Aries mode, it's an energy about the self. It's an energy about what I want, what's good for me, not necessarily what you want or what I'm not, Aries is not an energy that's all about compromising for the sake of like the common good or for the sake of the relationship or making everyone like you and making everyone get along. Aries is about advocating for what I want and what I need. And I kind of feel like they're saying you are that way, or that you weren't willing to sacrifice for them. And that may be why they pulled back at some point. I don't know. And then I feel like they felt they were the Libra, and Libras, they'll bend over backwards to keep the peace. They will go out of their way to make sure everyone is getting along, everything is calm, everything is understanding, everything is chill. Libras don't like conflict, and they love, 7th house of relationships. They love to feel love, and they love to feel like everyone is vibing and there's a deep connection. So I feel like for this person, they're feeling that push-pull. Also, Libra can a little bit be a player, especially an unevolved Libra, can kind of just flirt with everyone. And they may feel like that was you. Like you were the one who was flirting with everyone. So then they were like, oh, really? That's how it's going to be? Okay, well, I'll flirt with other people too. We two can play that game. I'm not sure, but I do feel like if there was third parties in this connection, which we can see indicated because we did get the 3 of Cups, that maybe have been some of the motivation for that, was kind of like, well, let me show you that actually I can play this game too. So it may not have been a genuine motivation for this person where they were like, I really want to talk to other people. I really want to flirt around. But they may have felt like, I have to because pile 4 is doing it. Pile 4 is playing me. Let me show pile 4 what they're missing kind of vibes. So yeah, but I do feel like their feelings are really strong. We got the 2 of Cups and the Lovers. So wow, I mean, they feel really deep for you. They feel really strongly for you. They have a deep sense of love for you, to be honest. And it's, yeah, so that's what we have, pile number 4. I really hope that resonated. If it did, let me know down in the comments. I always love hearing from you, and I'm very curious about this pile in particular, so please let me know. Also, make sure to give this a like, hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of my content, head on over to my Patreon, where I post all my additional readings. I just posted a reading all about what God wants you to focus on, and before that, I posted one about their late night thoughts of you. But as soon as you sign up, you'll get access to over 75 exclusive readings you'll only find on Patreon, and you'll also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube videos, so they get posted over there first. Everyone on Patreon gets to see them early, and then you guys get to see them over here next. But if that sounds good to you and you're interested in joining, then head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description. And if you would like to get a private one-on-one session with me, you can get that at my website, briarrosetarot.com, and you can sign up at the link in my description for that. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I am sending you so much love and light, and I'll be back again very soon with another reading. Take care, guys. Bye.